G'day legends and welcome back to another video. I'm here at Show Us Your Slots in Lemon Tree Passage, Port Stephens. This place is epic and I have an epic review for you today. People ask me all the time, what controllers are good, what do you use? Well, the legends at Show Us Your Slots were kind enough to send me some controllers down to Melbourne. I've done some testing with them. I've been to other clubs, done some club racing, and I've also done some racing here with them. So I'm gonna take you through the base model up to the Big Daddy, and I'm now using a Truspeed controller, which I'll tell you which one I chose at the end. For any further information on Truspeed, please get in contact with Show Us Your Slots. Any questions, technical information, they are the legends at that. So how's today gonna look? We're gonna show you the controller, have a quick talk about it, then we're gonna put some cars on the track, and I'm gonna go through each controller whilst I'm talking, driving some cars around the track. So let's get stuck into this Truspeed review at Show Us Your Slots. So let's kick off the Truspeed review with your low-cost entry controller. This is good for anybody getting into racing, or if you want to upgrade your controller and you don't want to pay the big bucks, this is the way to get in first. It is the BP2. It's got two functions. It's got your sensitivity and your brake. So it's more than just pulling the trigger. You do have some functions. And a lot of the HO guys are really using this in their HO racing. Really good controller. I actually don't like calling it the low cost or the budget entry, because it not really is. It's got some adjustments on it. So a really good entry level controller if you want to get into the Truspeed family. I've used this, it's really good. We will use it on track. Now with the BP2, we've got brake and sensitivity. So whilst we're driving, let's just pray for the brake, make sure we get it where we like it. And now we'll go for a quick lap. So with the brake, if you turn it fully on, it does what it says. The car will brake. If you leave the brake off, your car will coast and come to a slow stop. So I try and figure out where the happy spot is. Again, I'm not a professional racer, but I like to play with the settings to suit. And there you go, as you can see, I had too much brake, so it's pulled it out of the slot. So now I'll back off the brake and let it roll through those corners a bit more. We've also got sensitivity. This sort of determines how sensitive your controller is to putting power down. Again, something to play with. If you push too early, the car will want to kick out. Almost like the brake. If you brake too early, the car will lock up. But a really good entry-level controller. Now let's go for a hot lap. Let's see how fast we can go. We're using the NSR GT40, beautiful car. Let's go for one more, and then we'll step up to the next. And we are driving on different lanes, so the times don't really matter. It's more how the controller feels. And as an entry level, that one feels really, really good. So now let's step it up to the next level. So let's bump it up to the next level. We've seen the BP2, the entry level. We're now at the MT1, and I have been using this one flat out. It's got the same functions with the brake and sensitivity on top, but we've got an extra function, which is your launch control. And it's exactly what it says on the box. Hold down launch, hold the trigger, let go of launch, and off she goes. Now this has a little bit extra power in it as well, and I would say this is the preferred controller if I was going to jump into the Truspeed family, because you've just got a little bit of extra power and you do have that extra function. So I've been using the MT1 religiously. We're going to jump on the yellow lane. We've got the same kind of functions, sensitivity, brake. It's got a little bit more power running through the controller, but we've also got the launch control. Now on camera, you won't be able to see that, but right now I'm holding the launch control button in. We've got full acceleration. Let's release, and it will take off. Now you got to be careful with the launch control as well. If you've got sticky tires, you might find it tries to buck out of the slot because you're putting all that power down at once. And it looks like I have de-slotted. A take two to me. So now we've got the sensitivity, we've got the braking, pretty much like the BP2. Remember, you got a little bit more power going through the controller, so it will feel a little bit different. This controller to me feels really natural. So I'm just playing with the brake to see what I like, and the sensitivity. Go for a hot lap to see if you like it, and that's the setting that I like with the MT2 for this car, the GT40 by NSR. Into the straight. She's going to say best lap all the time because we're on a new lane, but this is driving smooth, really smooth. So I think I found the sweet spot with this controller for this car. So let's step it up to the next level. We'll go one more hot lap.
Driver 4 base lap.
We're getting faster and faster each lap. And let's move on to the next one. So now we're getting serious. We've got some more functions, we've got some more power. This is the MT2. This is the one that I've chosen for myself to go racing, whether it's club racing here at Shoalsher Slots or back down in Melbourne. Let's talk through it. We've got the loved launch control, same as the MT1. You've also got the coast or normal selector, which changes how the control works. You've still got your sensitivity, you've got your brake, and you've got your acceleration or coast, which will make more sense when it's in your hand. And you will have to adjust this for majority of the cars that you use. Same as the other ones, you will need to adjust it for probably each different car that you use, but it gives you the ability to adjust, and you've got more power coming out of this puppy. So all in all, this is the one that I chose. It's not the best in the range, that's next, but this is the one that I will be using moving forward. I recommend this from plastic cars, so let's say your toy cars, Scalatric, Carrera, up to your Flexis, and that's what I've been recommended to use this on, and that's what I've been using on since I've been here at Shoalsher Slots. Really cool controller. So that was a Truspeed MT1. We've done the BP2 entry level MT1, which I think is my pick of the bunch if you're getting into racing. That's got all the functions in there and it feels really natural. The Truspeed MT2, the high power controller. This is good from your toy car range, Carrera, Scalatric, up until your Flexi range, which is I've tried all those cars since I've been here at Shoalsher Slots, and it works really well. It has got a higher learning curve. We've got more power running through this, so it's going to take me a lot longer to get a lot quicker, but once I get quicker with the MT2, it will definitely benefit me more than the MT1. We do have some extra functions on here. We've got coast and normal, which changes how your coast and normal will change your braking, and I believe also your acceleration, depending on what setting you have. I'm going to try and put that to a neutral setting, so I'm only playing with the sensitivity and the braking, much like the other two controllers. You've still got your launch control, but this does feel a lot different straight in the hand. You can feel that there's a little bit of extra power running through it, but getting the settings right is what's going to be a challenge. So let's see if we can do that together on camera. But this will take a lot longer to get faster, because you've got a little bit more settings to play with. You can't, to my knowledge, turn off the acceleration or coast. That will determine both the sensitivity or speed. And as you can see, we've come off. So let's go again. We're going to do a couple more hot laps with the MT2. This, I recommend if you are getting this controller like I will be doing, I'll be looking into it, I'll be understanding all the functions, because it is a little bit more tricky. I do believe there's another little twist inside the controller you can do with a screwdriver, which really changes the settings once again. So this is most definitely an advanced controller within the Truspeed range. But this is the one I'm going with, because I do want to learn how to use all those functions. And they wouldn't be there if they didn't help you get faster. But this is the MT2. Now let's move on to the controller that I think has scared me the most, the Truspeed Apex, the Big Daddy. You want to go Big Daddy? Well, here is the Big Daddy. This is the Apex by Truspeed, and this is the Mac Daddy of Truspeed controllers. And here's a little tip for you. A good friend of the channel, Cleve Tech, I believe he used one of these in the 2022 World Championships. Really cool. As you can see, you've got a separate control panel. You've still got some adjustments on the actual controller itself. This thing, I think you need a pilot license to run it. The legend Mike himself here at Shoalsher Slots does use this one. If you do want some more information, please get in contact with him. As you can see, there is a lot to go over it. Will I be using this one today? I will. Will I be touching any of Mike's adjustments? No, I won't. But let's get stuck into some track action and let's put these controllers to the test. So we're going to jump onto orange. I'm not going to play with any of the settings because this is Mike's official controller. And we don't want to change the settings when he goes racing. But this is the Apex by Truspeed. A good friend of the channel. Please subscribe. It is Cleve Tech. Check out his channel. He knows everything about racing. If you want to set up a wing car, he's the man to ask. And in 2022, he did use this at the 2022 World Championships. So I believe if he's using it, it must be good. So reach out to him, annoy him, get some answers and questions about this controller. And if you want any more answers and questions, ring up Show Us Your Slots. He's never busy. He's got all the time in the world to answer your phone call, and he can answer anything about the Truspeed. So this is the Apex. As you can see, we've got and at the moment, the sensitivity on this is extreme. I'm only just touching the controller, the trigger, and it is sensitive as all. So I'm going to turn the white one down, which is the curve. Oh, better. I'm being coached on the sidelines. So I've just turned the curve down in the center. This is only one of many functions. So whilst I'm driving, let me tell you, there's three functions on top. We've got a boost, and we've also got this control panel, which we're not touching, but there is hold, acceleration, top speed, start speed, brake, apply rate, release delay, torque. I mean, if you want it, it's there. But let's go. Let's see if we can get, oh, this is actually good. With the sensitivity down, I'm not as scared anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. Hey, hello. This is, oh, enough come off. This is actually quite good. So with the sensitivity down, it's actually kind of feeling like a normal controller. But again, this is not for the faint-hearted. I think this is outdoing me. Orange, please, sir. And let's go again. Let's get some hot laps. So all I've done is turn the sensitivity down, and I'm already feeling like it's a lot easier to drive. Still, the trigger is very sensitive for my liking, but what it lets me do is I can actually hold the trigger on slightly through the corners, which is still applying some kind of speed. So I'm not really slowing down through the corners. But this is, yeah, this is good. Not fast yet, but it's good. And as you can see, we are going to get faster and faster, but that, just holding your finger on the trigger, allowing the wheels to turn, going around the corner, is obviously giving me more speed to get through. But yes, let's see if we can get a real good lap in. I'm going to go on off with the accelerator and see if that helps. Yes, much better. So if I come into the corners and let it go completely and then back on it, I'm finding this is how this car likes it. Very smooth. So we're getting faster and faster because I'm starting to understand this controller likes to go on off. One more, bring it home, and that will finish off our Truspeed review at Show Us Your Slots. Can we get a faster lap? No, we can't. Perfect ending, we have rolled it over. So that's the Apex by Truspeed, that's the MT2, MT1, and the BP2. If you want to know more about the Truspeed range, call Show Us Your Slots. Highly recommend them. I'm now using the MT2 for racing. So let's see if I can learn this controller and get faster at my club racing.